you go, fellas. Courtesy of the warden's private collection.
Boys in the laundry stashed the parts?
Of course they fucking did.
What the fuck? I killed him.
You've been in the joint too long, Al. You've forgotten how to get shit done.
What's up, guys? My name is Brandon, you guys can call me Swifters, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys the full and complete secret storyline to Mob of the Dead. Now, although not a lot of people know the true storyline behind this map holds a lot of significance to our overall zombie storyline, even though our 4 Origins characters never truthfully visit this place. In today's video, I'm going to be clarifying all of your questions and uncovering all of the secrets of Mob of the Dead and its relationship to our origin storyline. I hope you guys going to enjoy today's video, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the untold secret story of Mob of the Dead. July 18th, 1922, Salvador DeLuca opens gambling houses across Chicago. This marks the beginning of the DeLuca crime family. February 17th, 1923, Billy Handsome joins the DeLuca crime family as a hitman. Sal looks to Billy as the son he never had. September 18th, 1923, an expert in gambling and rigging sporting events, Michael Finn O'Leary begins working for the DeLuca family. March 23rd, 1924, Finn marries Angelina Bow, an aspiring starlet with delusions of grandeur. March 1st, 1929, Sal writes of his frustration with Chicago's finest. After many years of successful bribes with the city, it becomes clear that it is no longer an option. May 11th, 1930, Sal begins to work with Albert Al Arlington, an associate in Los Angeles known for being a master schemer and a bank robber. October 14th, 1930, Finn informs his lawyer he will not accept divorce from Angela, saying she can leave this marriage the day she leaves this earth. October 11th, 1931, after an LA heist for Sal goes wrong, Al wakes up in the hospital. October 28th, 1931, while in the hospital, Al submits Icarus from Mars for publication as a comic strip. It is his 3rd attempt, it is denied again. November 11th, 1931, angry and frustrated with his collapsing empire, Sal kills a prostitute. No longer willing to turn a blind eye, Chicago police arrest him. December 1st, 1931, in an operation against the DeLuca crime family, Billy is arrested for multiple homicides. December 19th, 1931, in an operation against the DeLuca family, Finn is arrested by Chicago police when his wife offers evidence against him. January 19th, 1932, Al is arrested for his role in the LA heist. May 14th, 1932, Sal is found guilty of murder. He is sentenced to life in prison at Alcatraz Island. May 16th, 1932, Billy is found guilty of 116 counts of murder. He too is sentenced to life in prison at Alcatraz Island. May 30th, 1932, Finn is found guilty of 16 counts of gambling fraud. He will serve his sentence at Alcatraz Island. June 13th, 1932, Sal and Billy arrive at Alcatraz Island. June 30th, 1932, Finn also arrives at Alcatraz Island. July 1st, 1932, Al is found guilty of grand larceny, grand theft auto, arson, conspiracy, and battery. He will serve his sentence at Alcatraz Island. August 3rd, 1932, Al arrives at Alcatraz Island. January 1st, 1933, Stanley Ferguson begins working at Alcatraz Island. April 1st, 1933, Al convinces Sal, Finn, and Billy that they can build a plane and escape Alcatraz. December 2nd, 1933, realizing the plan will never be completed and embittered with rage, Sal, Finn, and Billy plot to get revenge on Albert Arlington. December 31st, 1933, Finn, Sal, and Billy lure Albert Arlington to the roof and kill him. January 11th, 1934, stepping through a rift, Richtofen secures the blood samples from Sal and Finn. January 19th, 1934. Found guilty of Albert Arlington's murder, Sal, Finn, and Billy are executed by electric chair. April 16th, 1940, Richthofen arrives in Dimension 63, where he contacts members of the Illuminati and enlists their help to build a laboratory facility beneath Alcatraz. April 18th, 1940, Richthofen meets with Stanley Ferguson and convinces him to assist with the Illuminati's construction of the Alcatraz laboratory. July 3rd, 1941, Stanley Ferguson reports that the laboratory has been completed and that the subjects will be placed in the stasis chambers upon arrival. July 4th, 1941, Richthofen returns to the lab under Alcatraz where he meets Victus, arriving from the empty Earth with the Chronorium. Upon reading the Chronorium, Richthofen discovers numerous timelines documenting the original Four's fates and learns about the blood vials. He would later write on the page, "I know what I must do." Richthofen then enters a rift to acquire the blood of Sal and Finn. After delivering the blood to his younger self and recovering the blood vials belonging to Victus, he returns. Victus is placed on ice to be kept safe until they are needed next. Victus is the transit crew, consisting of Abigail Misty Briarton, Marlton, Samuel Stuhlinger, and Russman. On that same day, July 4th, 1941, Primus arrives to collect the Victus blood samples from Richthofen. Following Primus's departure, Richthofen learns the location of the summoning key and travels to his next dimension. October 1st, 1942, Stanley Ferguson leaves employment at Alcatraz Island.
Do you want to know the truth?
My name is Stanley Ferguson. I was a guard at Alcatraz from 1933 to 1942. Today, I'm going to give you some insight into one of the more interesting tales from the prison's history. Over the decades, Alcatraz has seen more than its fair share of daring escape attempts. However, few were as audacious as the one undertaken by 4 inmates on New Year's Eve, 1933. Thought to be the brainchild of an inmate by the name of Albert Arlington, the outrageous scheme was as unlikely as its mastermind. It's believed that Arlington, aka the Weasel, somehow convinced 3 other inmates that he had devised a foolproof plan to escape the rock. It was a plan that would see them literally taking to the skies on a makeshift aircraft of Arlington's own design. Just how the Weasel managed to convince these hardened criminals that such a plan was even possible remains a mystery to this day. What is known is that no such plane was ever built. Instead, the group's plans for freedom soon descended into bitter argument and infighting. With the plan falling apart, anger and frustration would ultimately lead to a brutal altercation between the misguided Arlington and his former co-conspirators. Armed only with makeshift weapons, Finn O'Leary, Sal DeLuca, and Billy Hansen lured the unsuspecting Arlington to the roof, where they intended to exact a bloody and violent revenge. And so it was here, beneath the dark and stormy winter skies, that the hapless Arlington met his grisly end, bleeding to death on the cold concrete roof. For their participation in the murder, the 3 collaborators were sent to death by electric chair. Justice came swiftly. On the morning of January 19, 1934, the execution order was carried out.